Hey, it's Dave Brown here, host of Now with Dave Brown on AMI. Check out this latest highlight from the show. There are lots of things that you can undertake that count as accomplishments. Competing in sports at an elite level certainly would be one. The dedication that it takes to work and work and work and compete at the highest level is a huge accomplishment. One of the other things that I'll always have so much respect for is the act of writing a book. To take the time every day with that discipline to put pen to paper or fingertip to keyboard. Well, our next guest, Kevin Frost, is someone who can do both of those accomplishments. An elite para-athlete, and now the author of his autobiography, Deafblind Champion, that is recently launched. Hey, Kevin, thank you so much for making time to be with us on the show today. We're grateful.
Awesome. Good morning, Dave, and your audience. How you doing?
Doing well today, Kevin. Always nice to chat with you. Kevin, I want to start with the book, Deafblind Champion. Why was now the right time to write your autobiography?
I think it was a great time because I've accomplished a lot in the last 25 years doing five different elites, doing five different sports in rowing, speed skating, tandem racing, and now I'm doing blind golf. So needless to say, I think it's about time to share how I became a champion and to motivate blind and deaf and disabled able people to be active in today's world.
Kevin, I've been following along with your career for some time now as an elite athlete. What was it like for you to reflect as you were putting fingertip to keyboard and pen to paper, to think about these stories and think about these events that had a lot of meaning in your life?
Well, it was with the help of Dino. He helped me work together for a year, and we were able to just put all these things together and realizing putting it down in pen, clicking on the keyboard, and putting it all together. I realized I've actually accomplished quite a bit. So it was kind of cool to go over my own history. But I think what's more important is how I can take the tools of what I went through. I had my hurdles, I had my lows, I had my highs. And I thought, why not share it in a book? And I thought that's why I wrote the book called Deafblind Champion. And now we have a copy on Amazon, and you can go to my website, www.deafblindspeedskater.com, and that's where you can get my book.
How did you find the process of writing the book? Was it difficult?
Actually, you know what? Yes, with my dual disability, it was challenging. But you know what? That's what my disability has made me a stronger person. And I just put those tools that I shared in the book on how to get through that, how to process things. You know what? You just got to keep on going and just smile every day. I always say every day is a great day.
Kevin, I want to circle back to your accomplishments as an athlete. What does sports mean to you? Because as you mentioned, you're still competing in blind golf today. You've competed in multiple sports. What does it mean to be active? What does it mean to be involved in sport to you?
Well, you know what? It's to me, it's. I feel like sometimes I forget I have a disability. So when I'm competing, at times forget that I'm deafblind. But at the end of the day, I've chosen to better myself with only three senses. So needless to say, I've always tried to. Always driven to succeed and driven to make a difference in the public, driven to make a difference and help other people, help people in the mission, help try to push government policies to make it better for everybody else. It's about finding ways to make better living for everybody.
Kevin, in the first segment of the show, we were talking about participation in organized sports, and our colleague Alex Smythe was talking about having a dual disability also with some vision loss and some hearing loss. Was it difficult to find a sport that really clicked for you, that really worked for you as you were going through your own disability, your own dual disability?
You know what? Great question. When I did lose my vision and my hearing on the spot, lost my job, lost my license, lost my job, and with the help of CNIB and my service guide dog, I was able to just to pick up little pieces, and I realized sports was my therapy. Sports, I did realize I wanted to accomplish that much more. So getting involved in those five different sports at an elite level, it's kind of cool. Like it motivated me, it drove me to do more, drove me to do well in every sport. And next year I'll be going to South Africa to represent Canada in blind golf. So it just shows you it only takes 5 to 6 years to master your sport. So I never give up.
Kevin, we know we're getting close to the end of the golf season. Certainly for you guys out there in Eastern Ontario, it gets pretty warm. It gets pretty cold this time of year. How was the season? How'd the blind golf season go for you this year?
Actually quite well. I started off in USA and in Florida at St. Augustine, came fourth in the world there. Then I came back to Ohio to the Vision Cup, and we did well. We lost 8-7 to the American, but with a great event. I went to Calgary. I kind of fell apart. I actually got COVID in Calgary, but I dropped to fifth place. And then I came back to provincials and Canadian and won Stableford overall champion. So it was kind of golf was always unpredictable. But that's like in every sport. So you're going to have some good games and bad games, and you just learn from your bad game and get better and better as you go along. So South Africa, hopefully we can make some ground at Worlds.
Kevin, when I met you, you were in the midst of your speed skating push, and it blew me away the discipline you needed physically to do that job, because it's such a will sport. It takes so much will to keep with it. Golf is very different. I'm curious how you approach your training at elite level golf versus the way you did it in speed skating.
So, very well said. Every sport is all about technique. It doesn't matter what sport you do. So it's really oddly, every time I have a bad game in golf, I go back to basics. And when you go back to basics, you just got to go back to the fundamentals of golf. Same thing in speed skating, same in tandem cycling, same thing in track. You got to go back to basics. But what I realize is the harder you try in your sport, you actually fall apart. The more relaxed you are, you actually you perform better in all the sport. So I realize in golf, if you hit the ball 80%, you have a better game. When you hit the ball 90%, you fall apart. That's the same thing in speed skating, tandem cycling. When you're climbing up a hill, the harder you pedal, you actually lose sync when you're trying to synchronize with a tandem bike. So in track running, you got to run with your guide. So it's all about practicing and training and doing things repetitive and learning from your mistakes and making you a better athlete.
Kevin, let's come back to the book, Deaf Blind Champion. Where should people go to pick up a copy?
So great. So it's on Amazon. And Amazon, you just click Deaf Blind Champion on the Amazon site, or you can go to www.deafblindspeedskater.com, and once you open that, it'll open up. And what's more exciting is I'm trying to get many people as I can to buy the book, because my next goal is to do an audio book for my book, so the total blind can actually listen to my book. So that's what I'm trying to do with my proceeds. So I'm hoping the audience will reach out, share my story, and let's get more people to read this book and help everybody mentally be happy all the time and how to be a champion.
Kevin, congratulations on your continued success on the fields of play. Congratulations on finishing the book. That's no small accomplishment. Keep in touch, and let's catch up with you ahead of the visit to South Africa.
Awesome. Guys, have a great day. Keep smiling every day.
We try our best. That's Kevin Frost, the author of Deaf Blind Champion. As he mentioned, you can find that book on Amazon. Just punch that one into the search bar on Amazon and track that down. As Kevin mentioned, the proceeds are going towards a very good cause to get that book into audiobook format as well. Do you want to dive into more conversations like this? Watch Now with Dave Brown weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on AMI-télé, or download the podcasts wherever you listen. Do you want to dive into more conversations like this? Watch Now with Dave Brown weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on AMI-télé, or download the podcasts wherever you listen.